Hey guys, Alfredo with Alfredo Saddle Glass, and today I'm going to be working on a Porsche Cayman 2015, and I want to show you my technique, how I get this replaced. There's a few little details here and there. So first let's start on the inside of the vehicle with the rain sensor, the antenna. So let's go on the inside, take a quick look. And I need to put a dash cover on that up. Another seat, but I'm not gonna be there yet, so I'll put it in right now. So this one's have this little split right here in the middle. You might think it might come apart, and it does in a way, but I'm gonna start here, like on the lower bottom, separate it from the glass, and I'll do the other side as well, so you can see right here. And then you split on the middle away. You don't want to break the little tabs right here. So let's get that out of the way. I'm going to put it right here, so be careful not to step in there. Okay, so now there's this little cover right here. And what you do, you pull it down and kind of like wiggle it a little bit, and then it comes out up like that. So it goes in, and then there's a cover on the bottom right here. I'm gonna grab a little hook tool on this side, very gentle, and I mean it, very gentle. Separate it from the middle, and that separates a second cover that is right in the bottom. Once again, you don't want to break any of the little tabs. It's very important. Here's a little hole on the bottom of the rear view mirror right here. And what I like to do, I like to go in that hole and just go counterclockwise, and that releases the mirror. But first, let me remove. There's a little rope right here. It loops around the top, so just remember how it goes, because you will have to put it again. Undo this right here. That releases your mirror. And now there's the little antenna here. So come close so you can see. There is a little tab right here in the middle. Careful not to hurt anything. And this comes up. So that was a little tab, so you can see. And now the rain sensor cable, you pull it down here, and I push the little hole right there, and that will release it to come up. And now the rain sensor, just slowly, okay, slowly, patiently, just wait. This is like a patient type of deal where you want to wait slowly, and it releases, and that's it. I will show you how to clean this and how to redo it. I have a really good rain sensor kit that I'm going to recommend you guys. So now let's remove this cover, because it has the antenna. So what I'm going to do, I like this one so much better than the older body styles. They make it a lot easier now. This one goes on the bottom right here, so just go gentle with it when you're removing it. And look at these little rubbers that are here. We want to transfer them over, so they go here, these little rubbers. So we're going to be very careful, very gentle when we place it back up. When we put it back in, it makes a difference. Those little rubbers are there for a reason. So and now the cable's here. See this little tape? Undo the little tape. Pull the cable. Once again, push the little opening that is there. And that would help you release the cable. One. The second one, push the little thing and push it down. and this little cable. And there it is. Just like always, taking my time. Now let me go. As you can see on the other side, the exact same thing. So just take your time. Don't pull it too hard. You don't want those rubbers to fall off. The bottom is the tricky part right here. This is where it gets really difficult, and that's where it gets stuck. So just undo this bottom piece. And now you kind of pull it towards the inside of the car. Same thing when you put it on. Okay. Okay, so that's in, that's out, I mean. This little opening that I like to push in. There it is. Okay, so there's that one. Let me go on the other side. As you can see, this side has a little second one right here, which is totally fine. It's normal if you have it or if you don't have it. So this is the glass that we got from the dealer with the VIN number. You see there's the one antenna here and the second one down here. If you're wondering why we're replacing this windshield, it's scratched really bad. So they have a hard time seeing. You can see the scratches right here. They use a wool, try to clean it, and unfortunately it scratched the glass. So let's move on to under the hood now. Once you get to this stage, you always want to check your glass. Make sure that the bracket is aligned over here. Make sure your brackets, I'm not so worried about this one because it's an original, but on aftermarkets, always make sure that all the parts are exactly the same, that they're not ripped in any place. It is very important. So these ones have a 13mm bolt. On the older ones, you needed it a very thin, either a very thin socket or wrench. This time I put the right and the left the opposite. So let me fix that way I remember. Okay, so this one, sometimes I could pull it down just a little bit. Hold it here. Insert my bone. There's a little tab that goes under the glass right there, so you don't want to break that little tab. You have to be very, very careful. Same thing on this side, the little tab is there, so push down, that way you don't break it. It's very important to do that. These covers right here, there's like a little clip holding it on the bottom, then you slide it out, so be careful with it. I like to release the passenger side first because the windshield wiper post is on this side. Alright, so the tool of choice today is going to be the glass bot. And I'm saying it correctly now, glass bot. Not iBot, glass bot. So I'll start by placing it in the car. In my other job, I had to make a little nut for the, you know what, I haven't even tried it. Let's see what I could do with it. I mean, that thing's pretty thick right there, so I don't know if it's going to allow me to go through, but let's give it a try. It would actually hold it here for me. So let's see what happens. And I'm happy that it went through no problem. That was one of the reasons why I didn't want to do the little nut, but as you can see, it didn't give me trouble. Careful with these cables here. This is really cool. Really happy using this tool. I have another friends that own this tool. They were telling me about it, and now I get to use it and see, give it a try. So far, I'm very pleased with it, and I'm really liking it. So once I see that red line, if you guys ask me what fiber line I'm using P8. Really like it. Been very happy with it. I always like to carry a bone in my pocket. Make sure that the sharp end's towards the bottom. Right here, the trick is to keep it under the molding, the bottom molding. Right here, I'm gonna put it under the bottom molding. That's gonna help me keep it in place. And right now I'm gonna use the anchor that I like the most. Really like this anchor, so let me use this one. And like I said, always the lower, the better. Alright, so I'm going to cover the VIN number very well. Alright, so now that VIN number is protected, I'm just going to push this towards. Yep. has that VIN number. Alright, so now let me go to the other side. So like in this case right here, I'm going to turn it all the way here. I might be able to cut all the way to this corner. Always remember to put the two in reverse. Okay, so give myself some slack to finish this corner. Reposition it right here. I like to give myself enough space to be able to protect here on top. Yeah, of course, you gotta make sure the fiber line is behind it, in front of the tool. All right, back to the other side. What I like that I could come out here and just go really slow, and that's it. Windows out. It didn't take me that long, and that was a really smooth cutout. Very pleased. And glass is out, so I'm gonna prep the glass and get everything back in place. Let me take it out so you can see what a nice cutout it did. See, that's a nice clean cutout. The reason why I like to show you guys after, that way maybe in case you want to see how the cables, how close they are, you have an idea. So we're gonna get this vacuum cleaned up and set the glass. back in place. So I'll be right back after my prepping. And I want to point out something really quick. Very important. You see how the VIN number's lifting up? If I wouldn't have protected with my dash cover, you would, if you're using a cutout either through the inside or through the outside, you could chop it off. So be very, very careful with it. So let me do our setting. I'll place this over here. And you guys will be able to see our setting. Ready? Yep. Start from the bottom. Go in first, set the top. Make sure it sits on the corner, on the edge. You can see how flush this thing sets. Very nice. You want to have that. You don't want to have any air problems. So make sure you deck it very well. And that's it. So let me put the inside back in for you so you guys could see how to put the inside back in. The dash, you can see it's very, I'm sorry, the cowling, fairly easy. Remember, this one has that rubber underneath, so you want to make sure you deck the glass all the way down, because that rubber is not going to let it go too far down. All right, so let's go on the inside. I'm going to put this antenna first. Guide it right there on the bottom. It's important to edit it in correctly. Kind of slice down. And it's there. And now the rain sensor. So let's go work with the rain sensor. Let me show you my technique on how I do this rain sensor back. Come on over here. Let me put this away and I'll use this as a little table. Alright, so come and take a look. So this is the Quick Cure 12. I actually like to buy the big one because the big one has a few different nozzles, and of course it's a better price too. So let's put the nozzle here. I have it ready now, and have a little towel ready here. So to clean this, I'm going to use a paper towel. So I'm going to remove it. Make sure you remove everything. That way you don't have any issues later on. Especially right here on the edges, because it'll cause you a bubble. You don't want that, of course. Okay, so you see it's very clean now. And this is what I like about the quick cure, that it really is a quick cure. All right, here we go. So I like to start in the middle. And right here, since we're gonna have the little thing that comes up, peel that in. As you can see, this one, the walls are pretty high, so you will have to overfill over those walls. That way it makes good contact with the glass. What I like about this one, that it doesn't spill over to the sides. Like, their formula is very nice. Okay. Right now what I was checking, making sure that it goes past the walls. And of course you don't want it to go over the walls, because then it'll start dripping on the sides. You don't want that, so just patiently waiting for it to harden, and then I'll be ready to go put it over there. Will it help if I put it on the sun? Yes, it will definitely help. It's coming to the light, sunlight area. Usually it takes about a minute to harden. I could actually touch just on the edge right here to see how much it has hardened. You could actually see like little indentations in the inside when it starts to cure. I'm making sure that and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to move it side to side. If it stays in one place, then I know it's pretty much ready. And that's exactly what I was looking for. So I'm going to let this sit here for a second, because I have to put the actually I could put it now and then put my rearview mirror back on. Okay, so here we go. Line it up. And remember which side goes up, because they look very similar, but the one with the connector goes towards the top. Line it up. Put it in. Now I'm gonna get the mirror. And this mirror, you put it in this angle right here. Sorry, one more turn. There's like a little opening where like it goes through right there. And now get my hook tool. And lock it in place. Okay, so now I have to plug this in. Rain sensor. And now this little wire. But first I have to put this through here. You have to remember how everything gets hooked up in here. Okay. Now this one goes through the bottom right here. Right there. Push this one here. And now this one goes around. And then it loops around here. And then it goes back underneath. Like so. Now this little cover right here, you're gonna slide it in those little tabs right there. Make sure that you're able to flip it up, push. And now this one goes first. As you can see, this one overlaps the bottom ones. So I'm gonna put this first. And the actual mirror has little holes where this thing lines up to, so if it's not going through the mirror, you don't have it in correctly. Now this one, I always like to put the one with the little tabs in first. And I kind of put them together before I snap it into the glass, into the bracket. Line them up. You should never have to force it. Like, there's a little opening for it to go in. See, like this side already went in. Now I'm putting this side over here. Okay, let me go on the other side. We got it in and no bubbles on the rain sensor. Really happy about that. So now let's get everything plugged back in. use these ones to put the cables towards the body of the vehicle. As you guys can see, it's not the easiest thing to put those back in, but a lot easier than the previous ones. Okay, this one has 2 plugs, remember, on the bottom ones. It's a little uncomfortable to work with, but definitely doable. Alright guys, there it is. This is good, that way you guys see the real deal, you know. These cars definitely take time and patience. You cannot rush through this. So this one right here, you put the corner in first, because that's what gives you resistance, and then you start pushing down on it, and you gotta make sure that you're not damaging with the metal that is right there in the middle. And that's it guys, so I'll show you how to do the I guess the difficult part. Putting the cowling in is very simple, very easy. So that's it guys, thanks for watching. Alfredo from Alfredo's Auto Glass, and have a GlassBot. I was using the GlassBot and the Quick Cure from Marcy. So here's the part number. It is QC12. So highly recommended. It has, I believe, 3 nozzles in the little bag, so highly recommended. So thanks for watching. Alfredo from Alfredo's Auto Glass. God bless.